after another argument erupted over her afternoon snack, where she'd listed all the ways in which having the same name as 3 other people had annoyed or inconvenienced her that day, her mother ended it by saying, "Mia Bellthorpe, we will not discuss this further. You are not changing your name to Princess Rainbows. Now, please go do your homework." Mia had stormed up the stairs and slammed the door as hard as she could, making, it seemed, the whole house vibrate with her misery. She lay on her bed weeping, and must have fallen asleep because when she woke up, the afternoon had turned to dusk. The light in her room was an unfamiliar gray. She and her mother rarely argued. Mia might get very mad at her dad for being bossy, or for tooting, or for trying to help with math when he really had no idea what he was doing. But her mother was soft and sweet, rarely said no, always knew how to fix anything that was wrong, and consistently smelled like flowers. And when Mia woke up, she felt regretful for storming off and slamming the door so hard. The house was quiet when she left her room, which felt odd, because usually she heard her mom in the kitchen, cooking or talking on the phone with a friend, or listening to the radio while she made dinner. There were all kinds of familiar noises in the house, but silence was not one of them. She crept down the stairs. It was easy to apologize to her mother. She knew it would be accepted with hugs and a kind conversation about why things couldn't be the way Mia wanted them to be. There would be some consolation prize, maybe a cookie, or a concession on another matter of conflict. But when she entered the kitchen, she found her mother lying on the floor. One of her mom's red velvet flats had fallen off her tiny foot, and it looked just like she was sleeping. "Mom," she said, sitting down beside her. "Mommy, I'm sorry." But her mom didn't stir, and Mia lay down beside her, rested her head on her chest. She knew that something was horribly wrong, but she pushed it so deep, squeezed her eyes shut and held on tight. She was sleeping. She'd wake up very soon. That's where her father found them when he came home from work not long after. The sound of his wailing would stay with Mia for the rest of her life. "It's not your fault." This was the single phrase she heard most often after that day. From her father, from therapists, from aunts and uncles. But Mia knew how much her mother hated when she slammed the door. Truth be told, that's why she slammed it harder than she ever had before. And so no matter how many times people told her it wasn't her fault, she knew that it was. Mia's mother had asthma. They'd recently had to change her medication. She'd ignored warning signs, shortness of breath, dizziness. She'd had a heart attack. No one's fault, not really. But Mia knew that being upset could aggravate her mom's asthma. She wasn't upset, her father Henry told her. "She called me after you fought. She said, 'Princess Rainbows is at it again.' We thought it was funny, cute. She wasn't mad at you. She was never mad at you." Mia didn't believe him. And while she loved her father, it was true that she loved him somewhat less than she loved her mother. It was also true that a very special kind of light that her mother brought into her life and into her home went dark. Though there was still light, it wasn't anything like the light that came from her mother's love. And her father, who had always been goofy and funny and full of laughter, with big appetites and grand ideas and big plans for day trips and vacations, seemed to deflate, go pale and quiet. The world should have ended. It did end for Mia and Henry in all sorts of ways. It just didn't for anyone else. They both went on in that unfamiliar gray light together with the person they loved less than they had loved her. It wasn't until years later, in